Hi everyone, I am Nayoka Kelly Campbell of Kelly Fiscal LLC, and I want to thank you guys for joining me in another segment of our financial tips and tools. Now, before I begin, please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you may be notified each time we upload a new financial video. So today we'll be speaking on how to budget. Have you ever thought about how is it that my expenses are higher than my income? Or how do I survive just from paycheck to paycheck? If you have, well, that's a start. It's a start in knowing there is a problem. It's a start in identifying those key issues, which further leads to trying to get rid of them. And just a disclaimer, it's not going to be easy. But once you start the process and you do it over and over every week or every month, and you get a hang of it, it will become like a normal everyday activity. And that's how we'll start the process on how to budget. And I hope you're understanding where I'm going with this. Now, let's discuss how to create a budget. These following steps will help you to create a budget, but your budget will not work unless you put in the work. Now, step one. You first need to identify how much money you have coming in, whether it's on a weekly, bi-weekly, semi-monthly, or monthly basis. And let's start this with a simple process in using the good old pen and paper. Once you have identified your income, write it down. And if you have multiple income, it's always good practice to describe where each income is derived from. For example, your regular income or extra part-time income, just to name a few. Now for step two, track your spending. Now is the time to download all those bank statements you have been dodging and print them if necessary. An easy way to track your spending is to identify your mandatory and or fixed expenses each month using a green highlight, for example. Then you would highlight your major and large expenses in a bright red color. And these are normally big purchases or a purchase that was needed for that month. Then circle any and all miscellaneous expenses that are either one-off spending, unnecessary spending, or expenses that you can do without or even substitute, such as your lunch expense. Now, once all that is done, that brings us to step three. Set your financial goals. It's always in your best interest to set both your short-term and your long-term financial goals. Now, what's the difference? Well, for short-term, you should be setting goals that's achievable within a year, such as paying off a debt. And of course, your long-term goals would be more than a year, such as a retirement or college education for your child. And remember, that budget can always be modified as time goes by. But the great thing about setting your financial goal is it allows you to identify your priorities before you even start planning your budget. Now on to step four, making your plan. Now, this is where step two comes into play. All your expenses that you have already identified and color-coded, that was basically a guide for you to see what you normally spend and how much you need to budget for, and where you can adjust for certain variable expenses. So speaking of adjusting certain expenses, I guess it's time to discuss step number 5. And this is for you to adjust your spending habits if necessary. In this step, you're basically adjusting, looking at your wants to see if something can be eliminated. And don't be fooled either, because there are fixed need items that can also be adjusted. Here's one example. If you're paying for the cost of your TV, internet, and telephone, but you're only using your internet, which means you hardly watch your TV, or you only watch 3 out of 200 channels that you currently have access to, or you have a landline, but it has not been used in for so long. Why are you paying a high monthly fee for something where you only use one of the 3 products? That's your money being wasted. So contact your network company and bargain for only a high-speed internet service at a lower rate. Do you recall my last video where I said everything adds up? Well, this is no different. If you find small savings here and there while adjusting your budget, that's extra money that will definitely accumulate over time. And finally, guys, step number 6, keep checking your budget. Review, and review your budget. Remember that life goes on, things happen, and things also changes over time. Always compare your monthly expenses. And if you get a raise, remember to add that to the income side of your budget. If certain expense increases, see if there's a way to negotiate a better deal or even switch vendors if possible. But whatever it is or whatever you do, always stay on top of your budget. Keep checking in and always aim to improve your financial stability daily. Better yet, always try to maintain your financial health. Join us next week as I show you a simple step on how to create a budget using Excel, of course. Guys, I want to thank you for watching another segment of our financial tips and tools. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you are notified whenever we upload a new financial segment. Thank you guys for watching.